Elijah, pineapple dome, rise face to east. All right, get to the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shukah, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Warataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakum, Call, Yawam, Wasalakinawa, Kawabwatinawa, Kasalakinawa, Kawabwatinawa, Wala'a, Taba'ayanawa, Manasawan, Abol, Hashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwat, Waha'ala, Wataparak, La Alumnia, Aman, in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahariya, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Warataza, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regorka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Panah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makar Rai, Yashamar, Aktapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tadaatka, Wabawatka, Mayatha, I will In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, this time forth, and even forevermore. Hakah, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakah, Larpa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Madawa, Hakah, Latahor, Hamatazaria, Hakah, Lahakim, Hamathim, Hakah, Arakawah, Hatama'ala, Lagarshin, Bashem Yahushai, the Wadaman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayath, Suparium, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun. Say the name of loved ones once, everyone repeats name once. For time's sake, Israelite School UPK, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, angels, generals, captains, officers, troopers, students, sisters, children. IHK Minnesota, all of Israel, All right. Bashim Yahushua throughout our month. In English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us in Israel, in the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect loved ones. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damiyalaka, Al-Takarash, Wa'al-Tashakwat, All, Kayahana, Awakyaka, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Amaka, Yarayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha Yatazawa, Al-Tazapamuka, Amara, Lakawa, Wanakaya Dum, Mogolia, Wala'a, Yasakar, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawaitazawa, Laba, Yakatwa, Ayaka, Bariath, Yakarwath, Ahoja, Adawam, Wa, Yashamai, Alayam, Wawa'aba, Wahagari, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashak, Am Yashabya, Tazabor, Gum Ashabor, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Jerwai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalahum, Kamadian, Kasayasa Ra'a, Kayabian, Banakol, Kwayash one, Nashamatwa, Bayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayantawa, Nadad Yabmawa, Kairab, Wakazabah, Wakazabak, Wakatazor, Manai, Call, Nasayakamwa, Ashor, Amarwa, Narayash, Salakia, Nayarashah, Lanawa, At, Na'awath, Alahayim, Kayash, the Baira Yaira, Wakalabah, Talahat, Haryim, Kantar Datma, Vasaraka, Wavasa, Wapatka, Talahalum, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayaba Kwashwa, Shimka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahorwa, Waya Salai, Ida, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abatwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya Atha, Shimka, Yahawa, Labatka, Al Yuwan, Al Kaha Arataza, in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, the Garians, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hoped in the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Ze'ed. Yea, all the princes as Zabah and as Zamunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be put to let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right. That's the next one. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, Listen to us now, right now, seeing evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, thy teachers, thy priests, the Israelite brothers in the school, send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, and force their riches to enter thy sanctuary, send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan nations, skinheads, Pazkamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. All right. All right. Sorry. All right. All right. Yahweh Shemel Shai Brakatah. La Yashala. All right. All right, Yeshavia, which means maybe seated. All right. Let's get it. All right, Shalom Israel. IHK Minnesota. Last one for Dash. I'm Mr. Lockett. Sabbath service. All right. All right, so today we are going to get into Ezekiel, the 16th chapter. Try to finish it off. 1 second. Oh, 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's no sweat. Okay, no sweat. All right, you want to jump in on this? All right, no sweat. I'll just wait for you, bro. Yeah, you go ahead. Pull up the shake. Can you do fair? Can you move this back a little bit? Just get some more space in there. Yeah, just back one. Yep. More back. Yep. There we go. Yep. All right. So like I thought you were gonna be gone for the whole thing.
I thought I was gonna. It's schedule got a little weird.
Okay, no sweat. All right, so like for that, got my brother, officer and priest of Mungobar, who's gonna be joining me today. All right, so I guess
Is this okay?
yeah, that's fine. Yep, got it. No sweat. Yep. Yeah, so I got my brother who's gonna be joining me real quick. Yeah, so lucky for the late start. Had some difficulties trying to get other men here, things of that sort. You know what I mean? In Minnesota, we have nothing but snow all over the place. All right, we are damn near snowed in. I forget how many inches we have right now, but it's not looking too pretty out there. They charging a lot for the gas, the lifts, everything. Okay. So last week, just to get into some, just briefly, last week we went over pretty much just pretty much the metaphor of the Most High cleaning us up as a nation, as a people. And I'm not sure if people have really noticed or seen online. There's a lot more crazy deaths that's been going on.
Right.
I believe just last night, Kentucky had a crazy tornado where it killed about nearly 50 people. And that was just, I think that was just about either last night or maybe a couple of days ago. All right. So this is, I mean, a lot is going on in the world, and that's something that we have to talk about. Okay. The times that we are going through right now is the times that Ezekiel was having visions about. He was being told by the Lord or being taught by the Lord. And those things, like, we really have to be careful out here, because if the Lord is not on your side, you can end up in a terrible situation.
Right.
I mean, death is catching up to everybody. And you better believe this, that, you know, don't just think that just because all the people in the world, that the Most High is not looking at you. You got to understand that he has eyes on everybody. If you come from the 12 tribes of Israel, if you are part of that 12 tribe chart, the Most High has his eyes on you, whether you're doing good or you're doing evil. Okay? And don't forget that. And, you know, to not be a selfish bastard, you want to consider everything that you are doing in your life, because what you do can affect others as well. Like, if you think about the concept of slavery, every time we went into a different captivity, where we was either amongst the Romans, the Assyrians, the Babylonian, all these captivities that we were in. If you think about it, not all of us were sinning, but the Most High doesn't see us as individuals. So if one of us gets punished, we all get punished. It's the same thing in the Black community. For example, if you break a vase in the house, that ancient china, that your mother and your father, your father love so much, and they find out, like, and they ask who broke this, and everybody's just being quiet and nobody says anything. So if no one tells the truth, y'all all gonna get it, even if you did not break it. You gotta think of that concept like that. Like, whatever you do affects everybody, and don't think that it does. Like, you have people in the Black community who lack what is called empathy. We have that very terribly bad in the community, where we don't have it for each other, but we have it for celebrities and entertainers, politicians, and TV personality type people, which is sad. And we need empathy for each other. We need to give a damn about one another to the point where we keep each other in check. Like, what Black and Hispanic people have to do is we have to put ourselves in an accountable state. We have to hold ourselves to a higher standard, because we have no morality whatsoever. Our moral compass, our foundation is in the trash, to the point where drug addiction is life now. You feel me? Being gay is the new straight now. You feel me? Like, you got men out here throwing away their masculinity for free and for money, just without thinking about it. You have women out here who says that they're going through a phase of experimenting with their sexuality. Like, come on, man. Like, we have to do better as a people, okay? And with doing that, it starts with coming to class. That's what you got to do. You got to come to class, man. All right? All right, so anyway, give me 1 second here. So, yeah, briefly just speaking about that. This is like the book of Ezekiel. Actually, we're going to get into the Tanakh. We're also going to get into the King James Version Bible, and just break down more of what Ezekiel was speaking about. And this chapter is pretty long too. It's like 60 some verses, and it's a badass chapter. If you have not read the book of Ezekiel, you want to do so. You have a lot of wisdom that comes out of here. and a lot of things that you can apply to your everyday life and struggles. Whatever that you are going through in life, you can use this Bible to fix it. Now, rehab and all that other stuff. I mean, that stuff's not going to fix you. The Bible is definitely going to fix you. There are people that go to rehab. There are people that get therapy all the time, and they still end up just living the same life. Nothing changes for them. But with the Bible, you really have something that is supernatural that can change your life, and it's not magic. All right, it's not magic whatsoever. You want to pull up a chair too. Yeah. All right. All right. So if anybody has any questions or concerns, you can ask during this time as we get into the book. Otherwise, share the content. And I want to say, shalom, Yahweh Shem Barakatah to the brothers, shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Yahweh Shem Shah to the sisters. All right. Okay. So let's get it. If you know how to read in the Tanakh, we are going to be at Ezekiel 16 and 15 through 21. All right. Shalom, little Christ, brethren.
Hey, shalom, little Christ. Salak.
That's all good.
Can't let you have all the fun, though. Ezekiel chapter 16.
Yep. Verse 15.
Verse 15. Mm-hmm. What it says, okay, 16.
Yep. Yeah, I think I bookmarked it for you.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 15. What the Batakya? Bayapiyak. What the Zanya? Al Shamak. Slaki. Al Shamak. What the Shapakya? Al Tazana Watya. I'll call I will bar. La Yahaya. Verse 16. What the Kwakya? Mabagagyak. What the Aisha Lak. Bamwat. Talawat. What the Zanya? Aliyahum. Aliyahum La'a. Bawat. Wala'a. Yahaya. Verse 17. Watakwake. Kalia. Taparata. Mazahabia. Mama Kasapia. Ashar. Natathia. Lak. It's like, would that be Lak or Lakar?
Say it again.
Would that be Lak or Lakar?
Is it CH? Ka. So if it's a ka, it should be laka.
Right, kind of.
Yeah.
Lakar. Wataishi Lakar. Tazalamia. Salaki. There's a car. Watazanya Bam. Verse 18. Watapukwake. Athbagagia. Rakumathak. Watakatium. It's like Watakasium. Washamania. Wakwatarathia. So now again, we got one of those precursing this one. Do we even say this? I should have to skip that and go to this.
Oh, I see you said. Is that the same one?
I mean, this is like a plural form, but this is what it looks like. But I mean, do we even say that?
No, I don't think so. No. And then also too, you can notice the difference.
Yeah,
the thing is not even there. Yeah, you're right.
It's got a smaller font.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't even do that.
So this was on my last one.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, I'll just double check on that, but for now, you ain't gotta worry about it.
Okay.
Because that does sound really weird.
Method.
Oh, you just reminded me of something about the other tonight.
Lapanya was 19. Walakamia. Ashana Tatia. Laka. Salat. Washaman. Wadabash. Kalatia. Wanatatia ha. Lapanya Lariat. Nayaka. Wayahaya. Naam. Adanya. Yahweh. Verse 20. Wataquaque. Athbanya. Wa Athbanya Watyak. Ashar Yalada. Laya. Watazabakim. Laham. Lakwo. Hamayat. Matazana Wata. Matazana Watyak. Verse 21. Watashakatia. Athbanya. Watatanyam. Bahaibia. Awatan. Laham. That's in the 21.
All right, most high Christ. This is since grab over there. All right. All right, that was 7 verses into the Tanakh. Okay. Now we're going to get into the English. All right. Pretty much already spoke about this briefly. Pretty much last week talking about the whole metaphor, how the Most High cleaned us up, using the example of a girl child being abandoned, being found, being brought up into a home, and now she's so precious and beautiful to the point where even the heathen see the beauty of them and wants to take a piece of that beauty. And actually, let me pull up those precepts that we had for last week, mainly 2. All right. All right, 1 second. Can you go up 2 verses up?
Okay.
You go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 13. Thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, embroidered work.
Mm-hmm.
Thou didst eat from the floor and thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful.
Right.
And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
All right. So that last part, we have to understand that we are like I think last week we spoke about fashion. We are people that like to look good. See what I'm saying? Even when we don't got a whole lot, we still like to decorate ourselves to look flashy, because we have a lot of style. And this woman right here, she's decked out, man. And not like no damn Christmas tree. I'm talking about like this woman got the finest jewelry, she got the finest clothes, she got everything. Right now, woman love what's that shit called? A Birkin bag? You heard about that? I think it's like an expensive purse, a Birkin bag. You feel me? Like Prada, Michael Kors. And all those people don't even like black people either.
Right.
And they tell you in their interviews, in their articles. All right? All right, keep going.
Verse 14. And thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, For it was perfect through my comeliness, which I have put upon thee, saith the Lord God.
Mm-hmm.
15. But thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playedst the harlot, because of thy renown, and pouredest out thy fornication, and it's like and pouredest out thy fornication on every one that passed by. His it was.
Now, so what is that talking about? Because this part is very important, and this is what we was going to mention last week, but we have to stop ourselves. So in a nutshell, what is this talking about?
Like you kind of got conceited and vain, and put yourself out there and shared yourself with everybody.
Right. And once again, like you got to understand, like there's different types of fornicators. All right. If you serve another God besides the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, if you serve another power, you are a fornicator. All right. If you are sleeping or having unlawful sex, sleeping with somebody else's wife, woman sleeping with another man, even though that she got a man at home. See what I'm saying? Like all these things is part of fornication. All right. And you allowing everybody to have a piece of you is fornication in the sense of you dipping and dabbing in all these cultures and ethnicities. That's what I said, ethnicities, cultures and traditions. All right. And when you think about going back to the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, where they messed up at is when like they decide to go against what the Most High set up for them, and so they started to get into other things that did not consist of their culture, and that's what it means to hide amongst other nations. All right, to follow after their gods, participate in their Christmas and Thanksgiving, their New Year's. And we just seen the death rate was high as hell for Thanksgiving this year alone. And let's see how it goes for Christmas. I pray that those Christmas trees are set on fire and so as far as the gifts as well. And the kids is going to break them down gifts. It's not going to make it into the next year. It's not. There's going to be a lot of broken homes and relationships and marriages behind Christmas this year.
Right.
When we get to New Year's, what's going to happen? It's always a violent night on New Year's. And like when the history had got broken down as far as besides Janus, the history of Janus, but like the whole fireworks and celebration part, it gets very very wicked that day. People lose their lives that day, and it is part of the worship to actually kill for New Year's, and a lot of people won't tell you that. Okay, let's keep going.
Verse 16. And of thy garments thou didst take, and deckedst thy high places with diverse colors, and placed the harlot thereupon. The like thing shall not come, neither shall it be so.
Right. So these things should not be happening. It should come to naught. And the Lord also too is showing you that the more that you decide to go up against him, he's going to show you where you need to be at, which is in your place. He shows you through death. He shows you through, you being in a hospital, this happening, that happening. He's taking, your family, your loved ones away from you, your friends, your wife, your husband from you. He's showing you many ways. Like it's crazy. All those things can stop. One thing that people don't do in the world, they never ask themselves this question. If I just really stop doing what I'm doing, maybe things could change for my life.
Right.
Like I remember having a conversation with this brother. He was like, he had told me that he can't stop what he's doing. And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, this is my life. I can't stop it. I can't change it. Says who? Who told you that you can't walk away from a lifestyle that is ultimately going to have you dead. You know, that's a lie. Like, there is a thing called change. And one thing that you got to understand about people is a person who really wants to change, they will change. A person that don't, they won't. They will make all the excuses in the world. And it's not a hard thing to do if you have the proper tools and guidance. And this is why we use the Bible, we apply it to our life daily because it keeps us alive. As far as we know, I think we physically here, right? And we ain't there yet.
Last time I checked.
Last time I checked. You feel me? Because I mean, a while ago, maybe yesterday, maybe 5, 10 years ago, we were supposed to be in the grave.
Right.
But something happened where the Most High, He chose us, we didn't choose Him, which is a beautiful thing. And that's something also too to know. In the world, everybody chooses their God. That's backwards as hell. You know, like who the hell are you to give authority and orders to your God? I thought God is supposed to be doing that for you. You feel me? Like, it doesn't make sense. People always say, "Oh, well, my God, He does this, He does that for me." That doesn't make sense, man. You call yourself a God too when you're garbage. All right, so like it. But anyway, I want to go out this precept real quick. Matthew chapter 5 verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt hath lost his savior, wherewith shall it be salted? So as Black and Hispanic people, it's crazy because even in our ignorance, we know that we are the shit in some cases. Like, we think that we are those people, which in many cases we are. Even in captivity, we show our glory, our talents, our gifts, but we use it for the heathens. We don't use it for our own gain. And that's the thing that makes us look disgusting. It makes us look weak because we use all of our gifts and talents that the Lord has given us as a nation, and we use it to build up another people. That's why they was using niggas to build the pyramids. That's why they're using the Mexicans for hard labor. Because the Israelites, they can work their ass off in any condition. I remember Captain Katazai, he said, look, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm an Ephraimite. I can't work how they work. He said that's the difference between the Ephraimites and the Israelites. I don't know if I could do that in any condition. I'm talking about, man, Gadites is like I'm talking about, like, they are busting their ass day and night, and they get nothing but pennies in return, as sad as it is. I'm talking about in the rain, in the mud, in the snow, in dangerous times. And guess what too? Even when they get injured and stuff like that, they still go to work.
Right.
Because they got a family to, provide for. It's crazy, man. Like that work ethic that Issachar has, we need that to build up our nation.
Right.
All right. And they would see the fruits of their labor. Working for America, you won't see it. How many times have we been tricked to helping our oppressor in the wars? And they told us, look, if you fight for us, we will give you freedom. That didn't happen. You've been lied to by this place. All right? So once again, ye are the salt of the earth. You are the thing that puts flavor into this place. You give it that thing that really, how can I say that? Like, just being the salt of the earth, like, besides flavor, like we are that thing that sparks everything. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, we are the cherry on top of everything. And if we knew that, and we knew what we can do with that, we will already have the kingdom.
Right.
Like the Lord said that we could be above all nations on the face of the earth. You can't tell me that that's not something that ain't glorious. You could be on top of the world right now, and this place would be at peace. All right? Keep going. Yeah, you go ahead on Ezekiel.
Verse 17. Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels of my gold and of my silver, which I had given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them.
There you go. And how are we doing that today? That was 17, right?
Okay.
So like, how are we doing that today? We are pouring ourselves out for, for America. Like, for example, I want to say something that Captain Mashak had said. That was very deep. Or better yet, Jim Hyman. There are going to be people out here who are going to just try to be gay just for a check.
Right.
They're going to be whatever that they tell you to be, so that way you can live your life, and get this money. Like, for example, Justice Smollett. You know who that is, right? Yeah. So Justice Smollett, and by the way, he's a devil. He's not a brother. All right. A lot of people keep talking about, oh, he's making a bad reputation for black people. I mean, in a sense, because he's an Oreo. I mean, it's making black people look bad, yes, but understand that he is a devil, and people will do anything just to get some money. And what's funny is that he's now either going to serve up to 3 years in jail, probation, and he's gonna have to pay a lot of fines and lose money. And then you got Lil Nas X. I remember the captain that said that he really don't believe that the dude is gay. He just thinks that he's doing it to get more money. But after seeing certain things online, I don't know. It's hard to tell. You got sisters out there who are encouraging other sisters to be whores and sleep around with men and put them on child support. That's what happened with Black China. Black China did it to Rob Kardashian. Got pregnant, got some money, and put him on child support. Did it for a check. And this is disgusting, man. Imagine the entertainers that we have today that are, very popular and famous. Imagine if they had the mindset that we do in the UPK. They could really change lives. That's really giving back to the community. No one cares about you, giving out turkeys to the community on Thanksgiving. That's not giving back. You're poisoning the community. You put them back in the same place that they are, which is at a low state. It's not helping anything. With all the money that's in this world, and America is supposed to be one of the richest, somehow there's still a lot of violence, a lot of homelessness. See what I'm saying? A lack of resources for people that are Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans that really need those resources. All right? Can you read that one more time, please?
Verse 17. Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels of my gold and of my silver, which I had given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them.
Right, man. All these idols. Think about the idolatry amongst everything. Worshipping other people. Worshipping other gods. Worshipping yourself. Making all these images. For what purpose? What the Most High, like what is being said is that the things that the Lord has gave you, you have polluted it. That's why we say, now going to the next scripture right here, Baruch chapter 4, verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. Time after time again, that's what we do. That's what we do. We give the other nations everything that we have, but we get nothing in return. Right. We're not saying that we want what they have. As far as their culture and their way of life, they can keep that. That's what you need to let go of. It's all right to let go of things, and that's it. That lifestyle. And if you really, how they say, open up your third eye, right? If you really want to open up your third eye, if you look at things in the spiritual aspect, ask yourself, is what I'm doing in life helping my life?
Right.
If it's not, you remove it. That's what you do. Gang banging is not helping the family, because not only do you have a target on your head, but so do the whole family, right. Family members as well. And that's that's a news story ready to happen. That's a bloodbath ready to happen. All right, see what I'm saying? All the drugs that we selling to each other. Do you know that the fentanyl that has been high for the last 2 years all over the U.S. We had the crack epidemic. Now it's the pill epidemic. The damn fentanyl. Damn, you can't even trust no damn Tylenol at this point with all these damn pills and fentanyl just finding its way everywhere. And they also just came out with a new story article. I think you saw this too, Amon, on Facebook. They came out with a new article saying that now a lot of weed is being laced with fentanyl.
Right.
So you thinking that people are gonna lace your weed at the party? It's already laced when you buy it. They already have fentanyl in some of the weed that you are buying. And it's not going to stop there. It's going to be laced in everything else too. You see what I'm saying? All the things that that you're smoking. It's going to be laced, man. You better get ready. Like the Most High is turning this place upside down.
Right.
In many ways. And now there's a third strand of the COVID-19. Imagine that. And this strand right here is attacking children. Good night. If you think that the Lord is playing, he's not. You better get ready, man. You go ahead and keep going.
Verse 18. And took the side broidered and garments and covered them, and thou hast set mine oil and my incense before them.
Keep going.
19. My meat also which I gave thee, fine flour and oil, and honey wherewith I fed thee, thou hast even set it before them for a sweet savor, and thus it was, saith the Lord God.
Right, and also to that word Savior. All right, you feel me? Like the Most High has provided everything that you needed, but it's like we spit in His face. We said, forget everything that you have done for us. It's not even like you could even appreciate it. It's like, look, hey, I didn't tell you to do all this. I said I was going to live my life this way. I didn't tell you to give me food, to feed me, to clothe me, and shelter me. Like that's how we are. Like the way that we live our life is a spit in the face to Yahweh Shai and the Most High.
Right.
Because we all have a debt to pay to Yahweh Shai, who is our King. And that's what needs to be understood. The moment that you leave outside of the protection of the Lord, it's the moment that Satan is really on top of your head. And the Most High, if His mercy is not on you, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. We've seen in the Bible examples of what happened to brothers' wives, what happened to sisters' husbands in the Bible, and we see what's going on every day on TV right now. Once again, don't think that cannot be you. This can happen to any and everybody.
Right.
There's a scripture in the Bible that talks about, I forget exactly where it's at. There's a precept in the Bible that talks about that the Most High hand is not far from you. And what that means is that his hand is not too short to touch you. And in the blink of an eye, everything can be upside down for you. Okay? What else have you been seeing in the news lately that's tragic?
I don't really watch the news like that.
Articles. So I watch the. I look at the articles.
Some of the news stories that pop up. I mean, again with the shootings, the drugs, and just a lot. Like one thing that I noticed, like some of the brothers, sisters in the school, like they've got loved ones that are still in the world that are getting hit.
Absolutely,
like, they seem close to home too.
Yep. I think that was me and you the other day that talked about that.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was talking to a brother. I was talking to a brother last night over the phone, and I was telling him look, being second in command in Minnesota, I get a lot of reports, that come down from my first in command, and I'm just like back to back. It's like good night. It's like like the Lord really has spoken. Like good night. Actually, just yesterday, I heard that somebody got rushed to the hospital for immediate surgery. I'm still waiting on details as far as what's all that about. You feel me? Like it's like man, like I want to teach a thorough class about this because it's some precepts that I want to really get into in the book of Romans with
Right.
Paul, how Paul really talks about the importance of changing your life and what it does for you and how to continue fighting every single day so you don't lose that zeal. Like there are going to be a lot of things that's going to happen in your personal life that might drag you down and you might lose your zeal. But of course, in IHPK, like we help each other stay strong. Just like the Bible says, two is better than one. If you don't have that one, when you fall, who's going to be there to catch you? Nobody but that hard ass floor. And you hit that floor, it's rock bottom. Okay? Let's keep going.
Verse 20. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter?
So like the Most High is like making a mockery, being sarcastic. He's asking, because of these things that are happening to you, is it because of the whoredom? Is that that small matter? Now to you, you may think, like I tell people all the time. People always say, well, yeah, I do a little drugs. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I smoke, I drink, I do a little bit of that, a little bit of this. I dibble and dabble. It's nothing. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's not a sin. Like, bro, like anything that you are doing against the Lord, it is a big thing. Nothing is small to the Most High. I'll give you a better example. When the brother Eric Gardner, okay, so we know that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
We know that for a fact, right? It's all over, all over the earth. Everybody knows it. And you think about the way that people die. When people die and they're going to the funeral, there's always someone up there always lying on someone's life. You got the Christian pastor that always say, "Oh, we lost this boy due to gun violence. He was such a good boy. He used to watch the kids. He used to go to the church, to the school, and do this and do that. He had a good job, all that." But no one really asks, the real question: how did he really die? Yes, we know that he got shot. We know that. But what was he doing in his life? Not everybody in life is innocent. You got to be careful. You can't allow people to lie to you. You have to really investigate how people live their life, and that determines how they die. Now, going back to the topic of Eric Gardner. Eric Gardner, a lot of people know that he got killed by the police as far as being choked to death. And the brother said that he could not breathe, which is very true. And he died. But before that, I believe Eric Gardner was the same brother who was selling the loose cigarettes.
Okay.
There you go. Selling loose cigarettes. And then like it blew my mind when the brother had broke that down in one of his classes, because I didn't think of it like that. I was thinking more of a carnal thing, like he just got choked out. But the way he was living his life, he was a smoker and he was selling loose cigarettes. You see what I'm saying? Selling those loose cigarettes got him killed. In a nutshell, if you think about it. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Let me see. I mean, it's so many examples of how Black Hispanic people die and how we can change that. Okay. And once again, is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? Also too, Christians. Oh, boom, I got one. Dylan Roof. When he killed those 9 people, those 9, Black people in that church, and they forgave, the family of the dead relatives forgave Dylan Roof. That was terrible. Now, a thing that people always say about the Christian church is what? This is a safe place. This is a place of security, of home. This is a house of God. If that place was the house of God, that never would have happened.
Right.
And ISUPK, nobody, no white boy cannot come into our organization and shoot anybody.
That's right.
He is the one that's going to be shot. No one else is getting shot. He is going to get shot. And we can safely say that. You feel me? You know, one thing that you want to be careful with is your words. But in this case, we can boast about that. Like we have confidence in saying that nobody is going to get shot in UPK.
That's right.
You are going to get shot. All right? And once you understand, well, look, I pray you understand. I pray you do understand before you try to get yourself in that situation. And anytime that we go to camp, we're not getting beat up. We're not getting shot at. You want to know how many there's so many fake Israelites out here who are an embarrassment, who are getting into fights, getting scraped out there. And, you know, it's kind of hilarious. It's not hilarious that it's funny. It's sad. It's what the Lord said when he said that he would laugh at our calamity. Like, you know what I mean? You saw that video when the Purple Cats, someone was shooting and they was ducking.
Yeah.
And there was hiding behind the signs. Like, good night. Like, I remember being at camp and hearing gunshots. What happened? We kept teaching. That's what happened. You want to know why? Because the Lord is with us. I was just in the kitchen the other day, making me something to eat and hearing nearby close gunshots. I have nothing to worry about. And plus, I'm used to it anyway, as sad as it is. Gunshots keep me, keep me calm at night. It lets me know where I'm at. I'm home. I'm in the hood. All right. You feel me? Like, yeah, like I'm home. I'm exactly where I'm at, in the gutter. All right, in the slums. But anyway, let's keep going.
Just to finish off, like the question he was asking in 20, it goes right into 21.
Okay, come.
Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? Verse 21, that thou hast slain my children and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them?
I'll let you take that one. That's heavy.
So again, like Ivan was saying, like he's kind of checking us. You know, we're doing all these things. To some people, it's just a way of life. It's a natural thing. It's not that big of a deal. Everybody does it. It's socially acceptable. So they think that, and especially because the Lord ain't strike them down right there in a minute, that they're good, that they're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also it's putting that truth in our face about like what this is doing to our children also. You know, where we're giving up our garments, we're giving up the jewels,
right?
Our embroidered garments,
right?
Our meat. You know, these are all metaphors for the gifts and the blessings, and like our royalty that we just giving away, giving away, trying to hold hands with everybody, the whole Rainbow Coalition, LGBTQ+.
Right.
So again, he's asking, like, is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? Like that don't mean nothing to you? Like, we've seen the damage that's being done to our people, but like it don't hit you. It ain't, something ain't clicking, something ain't snapping. Like this is wrong. That what you're doing.
Right.
That thou hast slain my children. Again, like we have been our own worst enemies on that front. You know, we killing each other more than our oppressors killing us. Like physically, we killing each other more than them.
Right.
But again, we taking it as such a light matter. You know, niggas get shot every day, B.
Right.
And it's, you know, we're used to each other going to jail. Like I don't know what I'm saying. Like, we're used to hearing the gunshots.
Mm-hmm.
It's become so normal, and that
as sad as it is.
Yeah, very sad. And that shock value got taken off of it because it's been normalized. It's in the media, it's in our music, it's in all of our movies, all of our TV shows. You know, it's, I don't even know if you can find any wholesome, family friendly entertainment out there anymore. Everything's getting mixed in with especially homosexuality. Like they're mixing that in with everything.
Yeah, I mean, and things that it doesn't even like fit the storyline or something. Like, it's stupid. Now, yeah, Superman got a boyfriend.
Yeah, dog.
And then Santa Claus got
Santa
a
Claus
boyfriend.
got a
Like,
boyfriend.
where's Miss Claus at? And as far as I know, Superman had a woman.
Yeah,
I mean, he has a woman.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's
And
crazy.
Lois Lane was a rider.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was down with him. Like, but now again they giving that to because they made Superman like younger in this version, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're appealing to the youth, and the struggles that they got to be going through with self identity. Oh my God, I'm blowing rod. What with me? Like you
Yeah.
again that should start clicking when
Right.
you're feeling ashamed of it yourself.
Right.
Like this ain't nothing to be proud of. Being
Right.
a lesbian, being homosexual, being gay, that's nothing to be proud of. Being transgender,
Right.
that is an abomination, and it's getting us killed. And then again, the parents are thou hast slain thy children and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire. Like they just they're being so accepting and laid back and nonchalant about it. Like again, this is what's supposed to happen. It's in all the movies, all the kids movies, all the family movies. It's everywhere and it's being pushed in your face. You got to accept it. You say anything against it, you can have a lawsuit. We speak against it. We don't allow that here. That don't
Right.
go on over here.
Right.
And I've yet to see a lawsuit against us.
Right.
I think they either might know better than to push us like that, or they've already tried it and we've already won. Like they've taken us to courts before. The brothers have had to sit down with the feds and Homeland Security and all that, and we walk away unscathed every time.
Right. Right. And we always win our cases in the
You
UK.
know,
I remember hearing a story about how we had a Supreme Court
Yeah.
case, and that's big.
Yeah.
And we won that case.
And then that joint in Philly when they were trying to protest against us, I think it was Captain Sapar who was kind of the forerunner for it. But yeah, when they took us to court, we came out and we was out back there right on the streets,
Right.
business as usual.
Right.
And it's that those are the benefits of coming with serving the Lord. It's how would I say when your ways please the Lord, even your enemies are at peace with you.
That's right.
Like they can't stop this. It happened. It took off.
Right.
You got too many brothers that woke up to it.
Right.
Too many brothers and sisters that ain't gonna let this go.
Right.
So that's why we gotta have these conversations, and albeit burdensome to talk about with certain people, again because of the comfort level that they've had in this society that's given them such levity. We gotta let them know, listen, like as a parent, like you messing up, man. Like you're not leading your children right. As a community leader, you're not leading the people right.
Right.
As a so-called teacher, you're not teaching your people right. You're teaching them from right from wrong is gonna help save their life. Right. But again, it's got to be according to this ordinance.
Right.
It can't just be what you think is right and wrong. Because again, there's a lot. Hitler thought that what he was doing was right, and there was a lot of people that backed him up.
Mm.
The rest of the world looked at it like it was wrong, until it came down to America using their technology and science. Mm-hmm. Then that part was right. Just put people in a gas chamber was wrong. But bombing Hiroshima was right. But Pearl Harbor was a no-no.
Mm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that can be subjective, and that's the beautiful thing about these scriptures and this culture. It takes all that guesswork out of the way. Mm-hmm. We ain't got to sit there and weigh the pros and cons of it.
Right.
It's black and white. Don't do this, you'll live. Do that, you'll die.
Right.
Don't do this, your kids could live. Like train them up in the way that they should go, and they shall not depart from you. Mm-hmm. And in this house, we're gonna serve the Lord.
Right.
Like this is where we got to keep our focus, because there's a lot of distractions out there. Like we was talking about the other week, our enemies are everywhere.
Everywhere.
And they are not resting. They are on their job 24/7. So I mean, this little sanctuary is gonna be protected.
That's right.
And we're not gonna forget. We're gonna learn from these mistakes. That is like in these visions that Ezekiel seeing. It's a good teaching moment to that might be a poor way to say it, but I'll just stick to learning from our past mistakes.
Right.
Our forefathers they learned the hard way unfortunately, and we saw the results of that. Our community leaders, civil activists, they did the same things, and we're still healing from that. So we got to be more diligent and do a better job to not deliver our children to pass through the fire.
Right. That's right, and that's really a powerful point that you made, and that's what people need to hear, and also see. But like, not everybody's gonna hear you when you say shit.
They got to lose a baby.
Excuse
Something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
They got to spend the next 10, 15 years in jail.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah. So with that being said, that's it on that. We're gonna go ahead and call it.
Malcolm, stand.
Right.
I heard you trying to get us a shot.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm doing a little bit better. I'm trying. I have a little sound in there. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna ask you though.
Find you out for dumb, stand face the east.
Actually, this way.
Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, you can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8 through 13. Abanawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemkah, Yahweh, Malakutkah, Taba'ah, Artazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawah, Hayah, Vashamayim, Latandanawa, Lakam, Kol, Yawam, Vasalakna, Chabawatna, Kasalakna, Chabawatna, Wala'ah, Tabiana, Banasawan, Abal, Kawashana, Mayan, Rai, Kayat, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, Lawalami, Amam.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a, Ayanya, Al-Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shalomah, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyah, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa'arak, Alayala, Yahweh, Yashamar, Makarai, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'at, Wa'awat, Ma'ayat, Avalon. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes. Unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth, and you forevermore. Pray for the cap, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Bakushah.
Babakashah.
The thunder now.
Thalanaw.
The Ka.
The Ka.
The Ka.
The Ka.
La Rafa'a.
Arpa'a.
Call Makala.
Kamakala.
Call Marawa.
Kamadawa.
The Ka.
The Ka.
La Tahar.
Latahar.
Al Matazaran.
Almazari.
The Ka.
The Ka.
La Kwa. La. It's like a La Kwai.
Lahakim.
Yes, La.
That's what.
La Hakim.
Lahakim.
Amatim.
Hamatim.
The Ka.
The Ka.
Arakawa.
Arakawat.
Atamal.
Hatama'ala.
The Garson.
The Garshi.
Bashim Yahushua.
Washim Yahushua.
Waraman.
Tuaram. And in English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushua,
Name Yahushua.
please give us the power
Please give us the power.
to heal all manner of sickness
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
and all manner of disease,
All manner of disease.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the
the
lepers.
power to raise the dead,
Power to raise the dead.
the power against unclean spirits,
Power against unclean spirits.
to cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of
Name
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua,
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanaw,
Wayashala.
Wayashala,
Wabayat.
Wahabaya,
Sapari.
Safari,
Barak.
Barak,
Rafa'ah.
Rafa'ah,
Magan.
Magun,
Magan.
Magun.
Again, you can say the name of the Lord going once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're following us on social media, you type in the name of the Lord one. We'll send the prayers up with you.
Also 1,000 Abun Korah.
Also 1,000 of Bankarat.
Let's see. Zabadiah.
Zabadi.
Captain, House of Captain Katazah.
Also Kakazah.
Officer Ilawan.
Also Alawan.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
IHBK Minnesota.
National King Minnesota.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Angels.
Angels.
Generals.
Generals.
Captains.
Captains.
Officers.
Officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
Students.
Students.
Sisters.
Sisters.
Children.
And children.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Which could that's my name, Janie.
Yes. Yeah. House of Kodash Zion.
House of Kodash Zion.
Janie.
Janie.
Let me just look real quick.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Jamin.
Janie.
Rakapa.
Barakapah.
Annalie.
Annalie.
McIntosh family.
Maximus family.
Raphael.
Raphael.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. All right, 1 second. Let's see here. Commander General Yohana.
And General Yan.
All IHK schools.
All of ISUPK School.
The Bar Mosque.
Balma.
Maccabia.
Maccabi.
Amungabar.
Mangabal.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Ainawa.
Anwar.
Tarak.
Tarak.
You already said his name, right?
Yeah.
Dwayne Davis.
Dwayne Davis.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All right.
Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
Tawaraman.
Tawaraman. In English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, name Yahushua.
bless us in Israel,
Bless us in Israel.
in the schools.
School.
Bless, heal, shield, protect
Bless, heal, shoot, protect.
loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua,
Name Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahim.
Alahayim.
Adam Yalaka.
Adam Yalaka.
Al Takarash.
Atakaras.
Wal Tashakwa.
Watasquat.
All.
Oh,
Kayana.
Yahana.
Wabika.
Wabika.
Yahamu Yawan.
Yahami Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amaka.
Amaka.
Yaira Yamu.
Yariyamut.
Sawaz.
Sawada.
Wayata Yaitazwa.
Wayata. Watatizwa.
Al Tazawapanka.
Atatapamuka.
Amaru.
Amarwa.
Rakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakagidam.
Wanakayadam.
Magawi.
Magalia.
Wala Aya Zakar.
Wala Ayazakar.
Shamya Sha'al.
Shamya Sha'ala.
Awara.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Aitazwa.
Aitizwa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakhadwa.
Yakapa.
Aliaka.
Ayaka.
Baryat.
Barya.
Takuratu.
Rakawat.
Ahalia.
Ahariya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Ya Salaki. Waya Shamai Alayam.
Wayashamai Alayam.
Mawaba.
Mawaba.
Wagarim.
Wagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amwan.
Wamuwa.
Wa'amalat.
Wamalat.
Parashat.
Padashah.
Amishabia.
Amishabia.
Does war.
Tazavor.
Gamasha war.
Gamashawa.
Alawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawa.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawa.
Labanya Lawat.
Salat.
Salah.
Aisha. Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamadi.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kasaya Sarai.
Kayabian.
Kayabi.
Manako.
Manako.
Kwayashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nasamaru.
Nashamabu.
Bayanda Aru.
Bayanda.
Hayawa.
Hayabu.
Daman.
Daman.
Daman,
Daman,
Ladam,
Ladam,
Satamu,
Shartama,
Nadia Mau,
Nadia Mawa,
Karab,
Kaira,
Wakazaba,
Waksaaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakataba,
Wakatazal Manai,
Wakatazal Manai,
Kana Sarakamu,
Kaina Sarakama,
Asha,
Ashar,
Amaru,
Amarwa,
Nairasha,
Narasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ah,
Ath,
Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahani,
Alahayim,
Alaya,
Alahaya,
Saratamu,
Shatama,
Kagogla,
Kagogla,
Kakwash,
Kukwash,
Lapanya Rauka,
Lapani Rawaka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
the Byri Ira,
the Bairi Ira,
Wakalahaba,
Wabahala,
Talahat,
the Lahat,
Haryam,
Haryam,
Kantawadama,
Kandar Tapna,
Basarika,
Masarika,
Wabasa Wapatka,
Wabasa Wapatka,
Tabalaham,
Talaham,
Malaat,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Walawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shumka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Ibashwa,
Wayabaho,
Wayabahawa,
Adi Ai,
Aida,
Wayakapawa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayababwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kayata,
Kayata,
Shimka,
Shumka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labarka,
Labadka,
Al-Yaman,
Al-Yawan,
Al,
Al,
Ko,
Kal,
Al-Rataza,
Aratza. In English, keep not thy silence,
not thy silence,
O Yahweh,
Yahweh,
hold not thy
hold not
peace,
thy peace,
and be not still,
be not still,
O Yahweh,
Yahweh,
for lo,
for lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
the enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate
and
thee
they that hate thee,
have lifted up the
lift
head,
up the head,
that take a crafty counsel
take crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off of being a nation,
let's cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in
may be
remembrance.
no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one
And
consent.
they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against thee,
the tabernacles of
the
Edom,
tabernacles of Edom,
and the
and the
Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
the Garians,
the Garians,
the Baal,
the Baal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them.
So is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot,
have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
known to them as unto
and
Midianites,
unto them is unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as the Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as the Jabin,
at the brook of
and
Kison,
Brook Kison,
which perished at Endor.
Paris at Endor,
They became as dung for the earth,
became as dung for the earth,
make the nobles like
and
Orid,
nobles that go river,
and like Zeeb,
like Z,
yea,
yea,
all the princes as Zabah,
all the princes of Bach,
and as the
and
moon,
as Moon,
who said,
who said,
Let's take to ourselves
let's take to
the
ourselves
house of God possession.
the house of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a will,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flames set the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
Persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy storm,
For the face with
fill
shame,
the face with
that they
shame,
may seek thy
they
name.
might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded and troubled
let them be confounded in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know that
And
thou,
men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
the name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high of all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed be Yahweh,
King of heaven and
King of
earth,
heaven and earth,
and all things
and all
live.
things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shai,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
See evils and curses,
And evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and
to the
destruction
heathen
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
the prophets,
the teachers, the
teachers,
princes, the
princes,
priests,
priests,
the Israelite brothers,
Israelite brothers,
in the school.
in the school.
See evils and curses,
And evils and
and
curses,
punishment and destruction
punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasure of the rich of
the
Israel,
treasure of the rich of
that
Israel,
refuse to give to the
or
school,
refuse to give to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches
into thy sanctuary.
into thy
See
sanctuary.
evils and curses,
And evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and destruction
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites,
and the nations,
and the nations,
and the drug dealers,
the drug
the
dealers,
court
the
systems,
court system,
the prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments are enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinhead,
Poscomatati, the
Cosmomatized,
gay movement,
gay movement,
the lesbian movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
right,
works of witchcraft,
the witchcraft,
NASA space program,
that's a space program,
Army,
army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marine,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet,
and the airways,
and the airways,
the cable access channels,
the elections,
and the
channel,
radio channels.
the radio channel,
Convict the spirit of any of thy people
convict the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop
that
us,
seek to stop
and
us,
bring swift destruction
bring swift destruction
to all the
to
evil
all the evil
that stand in the way,
stand in the way,
or try to stop
try
us
to stop
from
us,
broadcasting your word
broadcasting the word,
throughout the planet Earth.
planet Earth,
Let loose all the
let
plagues,
loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro,
through the earth and
through
consume
the
them.
earth and consume
Let the plague take the house of the thief
them. The plague check the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
That Yahweh shall
Michael and Gabriel
Gabriel
come down with flying
down
saucers,
to flying
punish
saucers,
all the heathens
punish all
that come up against us
come up against
as
us
we speak thy word.
as we speak thy
Cause
word.
to be known by all
Cause to be known by
that it is
all
the angel that done it,
is the angels that have done it.
Cause it spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake up that coming.
Cause them to shake it that coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it. So. That concludes today's Sabbath service. Wrap it up.
Now we.
Yeah,
right.